Shalom, Kol Aloyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Kudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Really quickly, I wanted to make a video just concerning a topic that I was thinking about concerning trading or investing, whatever you want to call it. But that's what I do every now and then. And one thing we say is you don't want to gamble. Don't gamble. And the way you do that, or not do that, I'll say, is by sticking to a strategy, sticking to what you've been taught and not going outside of that. Because anything outside of that is nothing more than gambling. That's what you're doing. You're just guessing, and that's only going to result in lost money. So it's the same thing in this ministry. I was just thinking about how it connects. And we can't gamble. We can't gamble with our salvation. Actually, it was Apostle Arayam Lab who made a video earlier this week, and he said that phrase. We can't gamble with our salvation. And it got me thinking about all of this stuff, right? And so we have to stick to what we've been taught. We have to stick to the strategy, aka, right, strategy or the doctrine that we've been taught, and don't stray away from it, because anything outside of it is gambling with your salvation, and we know how that's going to end up. So I'm going to start here in 2 Timothy 4 verses 2 and 3. It says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. So be prepared to teach at all times. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, getting outside of that strategy, going outside of really just sound doctrine, what's good, what's proper. But after their own lust, they shall heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. So the reason I wanted to start off with this precept is because you can come at it from two different angles. One, as listeners, or maybe someone who's just listening right now, not yet a teacher, you can say, okay, let me check myself and make sure that I don't have an itching ear, meaning let me make sure I'm not just following somebody because they're telling me what I want to hear. I have specific desires, and this teacher aligns with what I think and how I feel. That's what it means to have itching ears. Let me actually just seek the truth and ask Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to guide me to those proper teachers, to that proper doctrine. Now, on the second hand, we can look at it from the angle of teachers, and we can say we need to make sure that we're teaching sound doctrine. We need to make sure that we're guiding the flock properly, and that we're not making things up out of our ass and pulling things out of a hat and just guessing about certain breakdowns, guessing about different prophecies and what they might be, because that's not sound doctrine. So we have to continue in that sound doctrine, continue in what we've been taught, and make sure that we don't have itching ears, just going after somebody because they're telling you, once again, what you want to hear. Now I'm going to jump over to the blue letter and read 1 Corinthians 4 verse 16. I'll read verses 15 and 16. Let me highlight that. Verse 15 says, for though ye have 10,000 instructors in Yahweh Shai, yet have ye not many fathers. For in Yahweh Shai I begotten you through the gospel. Wherefore I beseech you, meaning I'm strongly urging you, damn near begging you, be ye followers of me. So what was Paul saying right here? Well, when you read up, he's like, look, we're laboring, we're being reviled, we're being persecuted, but we're suffering all of it. We're being defamed, we're being talked about, made as the filth of the world. And he's like, look, we're doing all these things for your sake. So therefore, be ye a follower of me. Now, if you were, whatever, a follower of Paul, then that means that you're following the doctrine that he's teaching. He's not saying be like him, have his charisma, be able to speak like him, be able to write like him, and share his personality traits. No, he's saying be ye follower of me and continue in what I'm teaching. And the main thing, the core focus of Paul's ministry was teaching about the crucifixion of Yahushua. The crucifixion of Yahushua and what that means for the Israelites as a whole. Whether they were keeping the law or whether they were Gentiles, meaning Israelite foreigners. That's what his core focus was. And it's the same thing that we're teaching today. Here at GMS, I'll say. Can't speak for everybody. But here at GMS, the core focus here is Yahushua being crucified, and of course his resurrection, and these prophecies that are now coming to pass on a very large scale. That's it. That's it. And that's what the prophets have always prophesied about. Like it says in Jeremiah, just wars and evils and destruction, famine, all these things that the Bible says will be happening in the end days. It's not about teaching smooth things and trying to get a huge following so now you look good in the eyes of men. The girls want you because you have a lot of people following you and now you're making good money off of them. No, it's not about any of that. It's just about teaching the truth and being sincere and genuine when you do it. And you should be in this thing for salvation and nothing else. To become like Yahushua and be saved. That's it. That should be your ambition. That should be your focus. Now what I'm going to do is just type this in. I typed in been taught, and I was initially going to bring out 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 15, but all four of these precepts are good. They're all just saying the same thing. So I'm going to read all of them, and I'm not going to give a deep breakdown because it's pretty basic, it's pretty simple. Ephesians 4 verse 21, if so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahushua. Colossians 2 and 7, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Straightforward. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 15, therefore, brethren, stand fast, and hold the traditions which ye have been taught, whether by word or our epistle, aka these videos. Titus 1 and 9, holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. By sound doctrine. And how do you do that? By preaching the doctrine that you've been taught. So when you go off, right? When you go off, and especially if you know it, and if you don't correct yourself, then what you're doing is you're misleading the flock, you're being deceptive, and now you're gambling with your salvation. It's one thing if you mistakenly say something and you were sincere about that mistake. Okay, whether you catch it or somebody else catches it and brings it to your attention, okay, you put it out there, hey guys, made a mistake, whatever, blase, blase. You do what you have to do to make up for it. That's different, right? Because you're still genuine. But if you know that you out there just guessing, if you know you're out there just making things up on the fly for whatever reason, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. Well, now you're gambling with your salvation. And there's a reason why the scriptures say, many have been called, many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called, few are chosen. A lot of people are just gambling with their salvation, especially when it comes to sacrificing their time. Don't want to get out there on the streets, don't want to make videos, putting up like one video every 2 or 3 weeks and just not going hard. When the scriptures say that, this is simple. The simplicity in Yahushua is what it talks about. The labor is not hard, but the hard part is just being consistent. It's just enduring. Because hope deferred really does make the heart sick. And you got to fight past that. Got to be a stoic and go hard. So that's it. Just wanted to make this quick video once again about not gambling with your salvation. So that means you have to stick to what you've been taught and don't go outside of it for nothing, no reason. So call Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Dash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Lord's will it was edifying to the elect. Shalom.